Welcome back to another episode of the Local Meta Report. I am Villain Andy, or as you may know me, the assistant to the mayor of Lorcana. I'm filling in for the mayor here this week, showcasing another weekend of set champs here in the St. Louis area, and this was a big one. We had 5, 6 set champs there. We got all the first and second place decks from each of those set champs. We're going to run through them here with you, so I won't delay any more. First up, at Wild Growth Games, we had an 8-person set champs, and yours truly took first place with my Blurple version 11.9. We've been through a few iterations this set. We went with the 2-2 split on Rafiki Royal Guard. We added 2 of the little Demona, if you will, although she's not very little. She can cleanly take out an opposing Hades. We lowered our Dumbo and our Genie down to 3 and 3. We kept 1 Iago in there because some people think Iago's good. Personally, he's not my favorite. We went up to 2 Tiggers, the 1 Wasabi for, funsies. And my favorite addition to the deck is the 1 of Finders Keepers. I find that incredibly powerful in the control mirrors, like a Blurple mirror, or even going against like Amber Sapphire. Not as great against Baja, although not many of your cards are in that matchup. But yeah, I took first place. I secured myself a mat. It was a lot of fun at Wild Growth. Huge shout out to them. And in the finals, I played none other than my wife, Villain Kirsten, who came in second place. With her, I think she's played this now in every event this set. So if you haven't seen it before, here it is again. This is Diego song or Habibi song or whatever you want to call it. Steel song list with the 4 Goliaths, the Rhino package, no aerial. Very, very strong list. And a great performance for her. I think she took down dogs. The same dogs that she played at Impact set champs, so she got her revenge there, if you will, and made it all the way to the finals. And we had a good match, but in the end, I was able to take it. She finished in second place. Congrats, Kirsten, on an amazing tournament. Next up, we are headed over to the Shire in Greenville, Illinois. So this is maybe just about an hour away from St. Louis. We had local legend Aiden playing his dogs list. The same, I think. It looks very similar to the list we saw him play at Impact Games. He took first place in this event, got himself one of the play mats. Very interesting dogs list. It does still have the other big tramp, if you will, the 2/8 shift tramp. During opponent's turn, whenever one of your characters is banished, you may draw a card. We still have the 3-cost lady in there, another shift target. Allows you to play one of these other 2-cost or less characters for free, which is great for tempo and going very, very fast against some of these more control lists. 3-2 split Mowgli Ursula. I think the 2 1-drop uninkable ladies might be new. I'm not sure if he was playing those before. We got 2 Daisy Ducks. 4 Under the Sea, 4 Della, 2 Emerald Chromacon. Overall good list. Congratulations, Aiden, on your first place victory. Also from that tournament, we had Aiden's dad, Jared, who I believe played Aiden in the finals or in that last round. So they ended up 2-1. They tied with another player there, Ehrin. Jared was on Blurple. He said it was pretty standard lists, probably similar to his one from Impact, but he wanted to showcase this list from Ehrin, which also finished 2-1 for that, sort of tied for second place there. This is an Emerald Amethyst list here. Very, very interesting. It looks like it kind of plays into the boost a little bit here. We see that green Donald Duck Legendary and the Book Genie. I don't see any other boost cards here, but those two together can be quite the menace. A lot of warded characters here. We got the Kronk, we got the Minnie Mouse. Keeping them off of you. A little bit of discard. We got 4 Sudden Chill. The Mickey Mouse as well. That's a new card this set. the Cusco. Ooh, so the Cusco Kronk combo is an interesting one there. If you get that Kronk down and you play the Cusco, each player chooses and discards a card. Well, now Kronk doesn't have to, right? So that can be an interesting combo there. A lot of other fan favorite cards still really good in any list here. Elsa, Tigger, Sven, Christopher Robin, great for that early aggro. We got the pull the lever, wrong lever combo. A one of Snowfort, which changes the math so much that it melts my brain sometimes. So that's a very, very fun list. Congratulations, Ehrin, on the 2-1 finish at this set champs here in Greenville, Illinois. So next up, we're going to head over to Manticore. This is in St. Louis here. We had 13 players, and in first place was none other than ROV Linc with his set 11 list here. Linc is on our Young Illumineers team, if you will. A very, very skilled player here, much like Aiden and Blake and a lot of the others we feature here all the time. He piloted his Blurple list all the way to first place. Congratulations, Linc, on this. Looking at the list here, 3 Iagos. So we did go Iago heavy and 4 Tiggers. We also went pretty heavy with that. 4 Cheshires. We went the full package of Dumbos, but only 3 Genies. So this is a very, very standard list here. We did go a 3-3 split of that Into the Unknown, Let It Go. That could be a little challenging against some of the Amber Steel decks, but he either dodged them or was still able to pull through. Very, very talented young Illumineer here. Yeah, great list. Love to see it. Congratulations, Linc. And he beat in the finals another ROV member, competitive team player Chip, with his Oatmeal with Raisins list. Another Blurple deck. So we had a Blurple mirror in the finals here at Manticore. Let's take a look here. He went with 4 Dumbos, only 2 Genies. We're rocking 2 Iagos, 3 Tiggers, 2 Bells. So we found room for 2 of these Bell Accomplished Mystics, along with the 4 Cheshire Cat. Gives you a lot of damage moving possibilities here. Only 3 Hades. Not sure I'm personally on board with that. I love making a deal. But it worked out for him. 4 and 4 on the End of the Unknown, Let It Goes. Pretty interesting list. I love to see it. Congratulations, Chip, on the second place victory there. Moving on, we've got Forge and Fire Gaming out here in St. Louis. First place was none other than Lukas, friend of the podcast, on his Blurple deck. Let's see. 3 Cheshire, 3 Dumbo, 3 Genie, 3 Iago, 3 Tigger, 3s all around. The one of Wasabi, 4 and 4 on the control songs there, Into the Unknown, Let It Go. Pretty standard list. Great performance from Lukas to take first place in this 18-person set champs out at Forge and Fire. And in the finals, he went against another friend of the podcast, Paul, here on yet another Blurple list. That's back-to-back set champs we're featuring here with Blurple mirrors in the finals. Blurple looking pretty good this set. Looking pretty good. So Paul's running 2 Rafiki, 4 Basil. So we went 2 less on the 1-drops. That's an interesting choice there. But it obviously worked out for him. 4 Cheshires. We got 4 Dumbies. No Genies at all. That is spicy. Only 4 Iagos. 2 of this Scrooge McDuck, which, man, if it weren't for the uninkability, I love this card. 4 cost, 5/5, can really help against aggro, especially if you don't find that 1-drop, since you are running maybe 2 less, like this list is. And they were able to find room for the uninkables by cutting the Genie. Interesting decision, but it paid off for them to get into second place here. 4 of the Scuttle as well. Warded character, great in the control mirrors, can't be removed by Let It Go, Into the Unknown, Hades, can't be exerted with an Elsa. No songs can be sung against it, no strength or Thunderbolt. So very, very strong. He's got some Iago tech himself with the Hypnotic Strength, but also can help boost one of those smaller characters to maybe take something out in an aggro matchup. 4/3 on the control spell split, and 3 Woodchuck guidebooks. So congratulations, Paul, on your second place victory here at Forge and Fire. Next up, we head over to Wizard's Wagon. This was another 8-player set champs that we had, and in first place was friend of the podcast, Tommy, on his Amber Steel list. Tommy is a huge Amber Steel fan. I talked to him a little bit about this list. He is very happy that it is back and playable and in the meta. This looks relatively similar to the list that Kirsten plays. It runs the Rhino package. It has the Goliath. No Ariel, no Dellas. Overall, excellent list. Not surprised that he was able to pilot his favorite deck all the way to first place. Congratulations, Tommy, on the victory. And in second place at Wizard's Wagon, we had Hunter. Hunter of Boo Hunter fame, a good friend of the podcast. He is running Sapphire Steel. Sorry, it caught me off guard a little bit here, just looking over all of these cards. Very, very interesting list. We have the Jasmine Shift package. This allows us to then Pleekly our Jasmine. So we play Jasmine, Shift Jasmine, Pleekly the Jasmine after grabbing an ally off the top. Notable allies include Angel and Pete, Scuttle, Pluto, basically Tinkerbell. A lot of the cards in this list are allies that can be grabbed with Jasmine. So very interesting tool for him here. We've got the turn 2 ramp. We've got the turn 4 ramp in 3 Cinderellas here. A Desperate Plan. Very interesting card here. If you have no cards in your hand, draw until you have 3. Otherwise, discard any number of cards, then draw that many cards. So, interesting tool to be able to refill your hand, kind of like an extra dock there, if you will. A lot of uninkables in this list. We do have a 1 over the Arthur, which is pretty nice. But overall, very, very interesting list. He was able to pilot this to second place. Congratulations, Hunter, on your second place victory there. Then we'll head over to Mexico, Missouri for CardTaku's 8-player set champs. I was only able to get first place in this list. It is an ROV member here, Megan, who was playing basically Sky's CCS Amber Steel song list. So we have seen things very similar to this, if not exactly this list here. It runs the aerial package with Mulan, as well as the Dellas, no Rhino, no Goliath. Otherwise, relatively similar. We are running the 1 extra 2-cost Singer 4 in that Ursula Vanessa. Only 3 Lilo, but 4 of the Chief Pow Pows to help protect all of your characters when you decide to go on a quest or after they sing some of these very powerful songs, and refill your hand with that Ariel card. Don't know if Megan was playing with 4 iconic Ariels, but she did. Maybe that helped her to the victory. So congratulations, Megan, on your first place victory out at CardTaku in the Winter Spell Set Champs. Moving on, we've got the last but not least Fortuna Games. So Fortuna Games, the top 2 are Ron, who was first in Swiss, and Justin, who was second in Swiss, I believe. So they unfortunately ran out of time. They had to leave. However, they are both teammates, good friends, and will be seeing each other on Monday night. So the night that this is aired, they're going to be meeting up and playing the finals out to see who gets that playmat. I was able to talk to both of them. They are both on the same team. Team Snuggly Duckling, shout out, link in the description. I think we're trying to convince them to record the match and maybe make some content with it. So be sure to subscribe to their channel so you can check that out when it comes out. But I was able to talk with Ron and Justin, given that they're teammates. They were fine sharing their lists here on the meta report. So again, there is no first or second place winner yet, but I'll just showing these in the order they finished in Swiss. So Ron will be on the play with his Amber Steel list, kind of a hybrid between the Sky list and the Diego / Habibi list that a lot of people have seen, the one that Kirsten's playing or the one we just saw from Megan. He does have the aerial package in there with the Dellas, but also has room for the Rhino, notably no 3-cost Nani. So it is a very, very interesting list he has here, but he has been able to pilot it, and it has taken him to some great heights here. He did very well in locals that I've seen him play, as well as this set champs where he is currently on the play in the finals, and has the opportunity to win that Tinkerbell mat. His opponent will be, as we said, his teammate Justin, who is on Yellow Purple Storm, as he calls it here, an Amethyst Amber list, the likes of which I don't know that I could say I've seen entirely before. It's got a lot of familiar faces for a Amber Amethyst list. Royal Guard, the Elanwi, you want to ramp, quote-unquote, with that Grandmother Willow. Choosing to go with the Demona over something like the Nakoma, probably for that Challenger +2. Dumbo, Genie, Cheshire is a very big part of this. Running the Tigger, Demona, Hades, the removal that Amber gets to bring to the table in World's Greatest, and the Horseman Strikes and Raging Storm. Library for a nice threat right after Raging Storm is played. The one interesting card here I see is probably this Begone. It's the 3-cost action, return chosen character, item, or location. Cost 3 or less to their player's hand. So I imagine this is used. There's 2 of them in this list. I imagine this is probably used maybe for opposing libraries in a mirror match. This can also be used to bounce a heavily boosted Cheshire Cat to get a couple cards back in your hand. It can't be used to out an Iago. It could be used the same way a Tigger is to try and lessen some of the tempo of these more aggro decks like an Amber Steel or a Dogs list. Very interesting card in there. Again, be sure to check out Team Snuggly Duckling's YouTube and all their content, and you may be able to catch some information about maybe how useful that card actually was or is, and whether that stays in future iterations of the deck or anything. But it's a very interesting card to consider for this list, and it's gotten him to the finals here. He will be on the draw against his teammate Ron, who we just saw, but good luck to both of you players come Monday night, just in a few hours here, and we will we'll update you on our socials of who the winner of this was. All right, that ends the Saturday set champs. We have one set champs on Sunday that we are looking to get the deck list for. If I'm able to get them for you, it will be edited in right here. All right, we've got a couple of Sunday set champs list here for you. There was one set champs today, and it just finished up, so I've got that scoop here for you. We are going to jump right into that. First up, we've got the winner, back-to-back, the 2-time Aiden coming in. I assume he is on his exact same dogs list. I was not able to get in touch with him or his family in time for this recording, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say he was still on dogs, and that is going to be the same list we saw him win with the day before. So congratulations, Aiden, on another victory, back-to-back, the 2-time, the Golden Mickey winner himself, taking down another one here. So congratulations again. And in second place, we had none other than ROV Andy the Grape, also on dogs. A little bit different of a list. He's running the 4 Daisy Ducks. He is notably running no big ladies. That is kind of the shtick, if you will, of this list. He does have the 4 Mickey Mouse Amber Champions, as well as Clarabelle, and room for Donald, Gentleman Donald. No spice with the other big tramp or the medium lady. We're running a 3-2 split, Ursula and Mowgli respectively. We've got 2 Go-Go's in there, and the rest are all very usual suspects for this dogs list. I suspect he is looking very heavily into doing the Under the Sea combo with Rhino, with Della's, and no Chromacons, notably. So he is not looking for that out. He kind of has the Amber Champion, kind of plays the same role there, making it very, very difficult for opponents to remove characters from the board. In this case, just by giving them a couple extra willpower, and that Mickey also being able to sing Under the Sea all by himself if you have 2 other Amber characters in play. So Andy's been on this list for most of the set. He's been performing very, very well with it. He got second place at this 8-person set champs at Bandits in Illinois. So congratulations to ROV Andy for getting this second place here. And good luck in the rest of the set champs for everyone out there playing. That'll wrap up the Sunday portion of this meta report. See you in the outro. All right, guys, that wraps up another week of the local meta report here. Again, be sure to comment down below with your congratulations to the mayor on his wedding. Hopefully he will be back here shortly. If not, you'll see me again. Be sure to like, subscribe, ring that bell to be notified of all of our future content. And check out all the deck lists down below, as well as all of the links to some of the amazing content creators and other people we've shouted out here that have been featured on this episode. All right, and I'll see you next week.